Are we live? I think we're live. Let's hope so. Miss Tiff says good. Miss Tiff sees me. I'm still trying. There I am. Okay. Miss Tiff is tired. Why are you tired, Miss Tiff? Did you enjoy your trip? Oh, look at the new little thingy beside your name. Isn't that neat? You have a, looks like a crown, #1. It's cute. Y'all, we're gonna make a flamingo wreath today. I'm gonna sit him down there and get started. Y'all, it's been crazy, and I'm not through canning. I'm not through canning. Okay, let me get this over here. Let me bring y'all down. So y'all can just see what's going on. What's going on? Hey, Miss Jane, how are you? It's been a long time. I know it has. And I've been absent for about 2.5 weeks, so it's garden time and it's canning time, and so that's what I have been doing. And I've got some corn relish to can, and I've got some pickle relish to can, and so I've still got canning to do. All right, so this is 10-inch mesh, and I cut it at 22 inches. So we're just going to roll a couple times over, mash straight down in the middle, gather it, and then walk it to the other end. And then roll this side and mash straight down and gather. And we're going to go around. I've got 15, now excuse my throat. I've got 15 pipe cleaners in here, 6 on the top and 9 around the outer. Those reflexes are just not up. It's driving down there. We had a great hot time. Oh, bless his heart. Wow. I hope he gets to feeling better. Okay. Y'all, this mesh, I believe I got it at Shirley's in Collins. And the ribbons, I think I got at Craft Outlet. In fact, I know most of it did. You too? How is your schooling going? Y'all, it feels like forever. 2.5 weeks feels like forever when you haven't been on here. And it's almost like starting over. I did record some canning videos that I've done, some canning that I've done, and just debating on whether to upload them here or put them on a different channel because of the algorithm. I am done except for my state test. Oh my goodness. The algorithm, that's it. I'll get it straight in a minute. So this channel was about crafting, so I'm not sure about even uploading the videos of the canning. So, but I have done some eggplant chili. Have y'all ever had any of that? I was really shocked of how good it tastes and how much like chili that it actually tastes. You already got your diploma? That's awesome. Wow. That is amazing, Miss Tiff. All right, y'all, I'm just putting these in here and just twisting about 2 little twirls around. All right. Let's just roll, mash straight down, gather. This one should be pretty quick because we're only using 1 layer of mesh. And this is a soft mesh. I was going to say that looks weird, but my tool was laying in front of where I was looking. So here we go. So how is everybody's hot weather? Are y'all just enduring? Y'all, the heat index was like 110, 112 yesterday. And my husband is working out in it. He is building a building for a lady, and it is hot. Hopefully that will not fall off. Let me kind of go at an angle here. Hey, Miss Donna, how are you? 93, feeling like 103? Right. Y'all, at 8 o'clock last night, it was still 87 degrees, and that was just the temperature. That was not even the heat index. And the heat index has been running 10 to 12 degrees above. So that's the real feel. How hot it is. I don't know. It is miserable outside. Just put it that way. It is miserable. And if you don't have to be out in it, I say don't be. It's so miserable. I will tell y'all something funny. Who needs to hear a funny? Okay, so we've cut the 10-inch mesh at 22 inches. And we have 7 more to put on. We are taking another trip camping and having a good... Awesome, Miss Donna. She is enjoying her summer camping. That sounds wonderful. It really does. So we have chiggers, little bugs that you can't see them. I mean, they're just bugs that bite you, and so they've been biting me like from the legs down. Eat me up now. Well, I thought, well, I'll just go out to my garden in my little PJs, and I got this little, it's kind of like an apron, but it's like a pouch. They have them on Amazon. They sell them to put your clothespins in, and that's what I have been using mine for. I'm going to have to order me another one to put the clothespins in because I've been using this one to go to the garden. It's got a little pouch there for you to put all your, vegetables or whatever you're using it for, clothespins. And then it's got another little pouch. You can put your little cell phone in. And so it's just perfect, So I said, well, I'll just put that on. I go out in my pajamas. Then I'll just go throw them in the, wash when I get done. Well, That way I'll have something on my legs and hopefully chiggers won't bite me as bad. So I get out there and I've picked the garden and well, we ain't had no rain. We hadn't had enough rain for nothing. So, well, I need to water my garden. Go get the water hose, water my garden. So I step over my watermelons, step over my eggplants, and granted, I just watered the garden, and guess what? It was slippery. Yep, I did. Right on my behind. Slip, fell. I had mud all over me. So, that was fun. So, yeah. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. My tomato plants are taller than I am. Lots of green tomatoes on there. And y'all, I had planted my garden late because of all the rain that we had during the spring. It never would dry up. So that I could get my ground tilled. It was just a big mud hole, so we're coming in late with a lot of our stuff. So that was my exciting day on Tuesday. You needed that laugh. Oh my goodness. I could tell you another one. Let's see. What day was it? Friday, I think, last Friday? I think that's when it was. Whatever day it was, I cut grass last week. So last week or was it Monday? I think it was Friday. It was Friday. Okay, y'all, we have 15 mesh curls, ruffles, whatever they're called, done up. Now we're going to do wired ribbon. These are 1.5 inch. This came from Craft Outlet. I cut them at 12 inches, and this is 2.5 inch, and they're cut at 12 inches. So we're going to get a 2.5 and a 1.5 inch. Fold them in half, get a crease so I know where the center is. We're going to just kind of gather them. And then I'm going to take them and lay them. So if I can do this backwards for y'all. I don't know why I'm turning the wreath, but anyway. Just going to lay them in here. Take the pipe cleaner and just twist it. And we're going to be, now I like to do like the print, then a solid, then the print tail, then the solid tail. Just kind of breaks them up. So, cutting grass, that's where I was. I mean, I'll just give y'all something. So, to tell y'all so y'all can get a good laugh. Y'all know I have a bad eye, and it's no bones about it. I don't see very good out of it. I don't see distance very good. Hey, Miss Jody, how are you? Been a long time since I seen you. Those colors will be good for Easter. Yes, here in Missouri, where I live, it's been between 85 and 100. Ooh, see, that's us. So when I was cutting grass, so it just, some days are more blurry than others. And so the other day, and I was going forward, y'all, I ran into a tree. It gets better. I ran into a sign. What else was it? I ran in. It was like 4 different things. So I was telling my sister. I was like, it's just wasn't a day that, you know, I surely didn't need to drive that day. An automobile. Because I did. Let's see. I'm trying to think what it was. Trying to remember. But I had said I was going forward when I ran into the sign and the tree, which makes it pretty bad. Oh, well, no, I didn't told you about the fall. Just been watering the garden and feeding the chickens. I watered my garden this morning. Today I didn't, ouch. I was on the lawnmower, so, and when I hit them, I wasn't going really that fast, so that's the good part about it. At least I didn't get bogged down this time. Usually I'm getting bogged down and having to go get the tractor and pull it out, but Miss Jody, I was telling them about me watering the garden in my pajamas and then trying to step over my eggplants and slipped and fell in the mud. Y'all, it's interesting around here. It does. Because I'm clumsy. I don't care what day of the week it is. I am clumsy. Now, y'all, I'm curious of what the little number 1, number 2, number 3 thing is going on with the comments. Do y'all know what that's all about? Because they're changing. Miss Tiff had number 1. Miss Donna has number 1. Miss Donna had number 2. Now Miss Donna has number 1. That's weird. See, that's even changed since I've been on here in the last 2 weeks. Top fan? I don't know. Surely not, because it's changing. Now, this one looks a little long. And as I'm folding them, some get a little bit longer than others. So, okay. So, Deco mesh was 10 inches wide. It's cut at 22 inches, y'all. The ribbons are 12 inches long. The bottom, the green and pink, is 2.5 inches wide. The pink is 1.5 inch wide. And we might use some tubing on here. That is what it says when you click on it. Huh. Well, I wonder why it's changing. That's funny. It goes in order of who got here when. Huh. Top fan, this is what it says when you click on it. Wow. Cute. Yeah, I guess I learned something today. Just learning things. So if y'all ever need somebody to laugh at, you'd have to just come on over. Because I don't know if I'm going to be mudding mudding in the garden with my pajamas on, or running into something with on my little zero turn. There just is no telling what's gonna happen. I wish I could remember what those other two things was that day. Need to look back on my text because I think I sent it in a text. Trying to make somebody laugh, hey. It didn't hurt, so why not laugh about it? Can you show me how you do the ends of the ribbon again? The ends of the ribbon? Oh, okay. Sure. I sure can. Let me get this one. We're fixing to make a bow, and I'm going to have to cut some, and we're going to do the tails. We'll do the ends, we'll dovetail it, and I will show you. This is what it's looking like, y'all. That cute? I will show you in just a second. I will try not to be absent next week. I am still canning, but hopefully we can get somewhat caught up. Y'all, I had a few over 300 pears off of my pear tree this year. So I have put up pears and pear preserves, and I was so thankful. And that was just off of my one tree. I go out in my PJs too. Hey! With the chiggers biting me so much, I was like, at least my long pajamas, you know, help keep the chiggers from eating my legs up. So, out in the garden I go in them. Go mudsliding in them. And, oh, if y'all need a tip, so far this has worked. My dad told me this. That's what he was doing. So last year, I had planted my watermelons, and I had tons of watermelons growing. Never got not one single one to eat. Something was going in my garden, and they would eat a hole in a watermelon about like that, and go in and eat all the inside of the watermelon and then leave it. So I went to my dad's, and that was a lot of pears just off of one tree. Hi, lady. Hey, Miss Andrea, I almost missed you. It's good to see you, Miss Andrea. Put a ponytail holder around the bottom of your PJs to seal them off. And that helps. Well, my PJs, they have a band around the bottom. I didn't slip because of my PJs. I slipped because it was mud. I have watered the garden. And when I stepped over the row of eggplants, that's when I slipped, because when my foot came down, it just slipped in the mud. But yeah, my PJs, I like the kind of PJs that's kind of got a band at the bottom. And because y'all, I'm not a still sleeper, so I'll move my legs and the PJs will ride up during the night, so I like for them to have like a little band at the bottom. So I went to my dad's, and he has this radio blaring in the garden. And I said, why you got the radio on? You playing the radio for the, animals and stuff? Yeah, that was what it was for, y'all. So I got me a trash can and a radio. Okay, Miss Jody, I can do this right here. Right here. You get it, you fold it in half. You go from the center, or from the right side, if you're right-handed, and go out, up and out, toward the edge. And I'll show you again in just a second. So that's our base. Thought about putting a little bit of this on the outer side. So that's what I've done. So far I haven't had no varmints in my garden. So I'm hoping that it works. That it continues to work, because I do have watermelons growing. So I'm just making a double loop, and we're just gonna put it down in here. And twist it. We're gonna take some tulle that's 6 inches wide, and I cut it at 10 inches. We'll take it and just make a loop. It would be a cursive E, or like the breast cancer awareness loop. Then I take it down here at where it crisscrosses and slide it down in between my little pipe cleaner ends, and twist it. And at this point, we are going to trim it. Snip that off. And I'm going to take it, and I'm going to come right here and fold it up under the ribbons. Then we're going to pull this tulle, the little loop, pull it like that. Now we've added 2 more textures. So we've got the mesh, we got ribbon, we got mesh tubing, and we've got the tulle. You can get the tubing at Dollar Tree. Now this didn't come from Dollar Tree, but you can get some from Dollar Tree. Oh, helps with chiggers. Okay, okay. Beautiful. Love the color. Thank you, Miss Andrea. I agree, Andrea's so pretty. It's popping. Thank you, Miss Jody. So now it covers all the mechanics. You can't see how the wreath's put together. You know, I am all over this wreath, and it has been in the little thingies. And we're gonna put, y'all, we're gonna put a flamingo on there. All right, so we're just gonna do a couple more loops. So we're gonna put this one right here. Twist it, and then add our tulle. Make our little loop. Put it down. And y'all, I say we have a vortex above our house. Because listen, they can say we're going to get rain. It will get dark. The clouds will roll in. It'll thunder. Wind will blow. The other day, even with the radio inside the trash can, it rolled. And it's plugged in. The rain goes all the way around us. Yep. So I just say we have a vortex around us. It takes the rain away. That's my story. Here too. Hey, I don't know what it is. It just, y'all, the other day, in fact, the last live I did, when I got off, I went inside and was going to fix me something to eat. I got my plate fixed and was fixing to go to the microwave. And, you know, it wasn't bad windy, but a little bit of wind had blown. And we were supposed to get rain. We did not. Electricity goes off. I'm like, why did the electricity goes off? It wasn't bad weather, you know. It wasn't raining. And so I was like, okay, well, I get me a little thing, and I'm going to go outside and pick my blueberries. It's a couple weeks ago, y'all. About 3 weeks ago, almost. So I get out there. I'm picking blueberries, and Southern Pine, the electrical company, drives up. And so I go walking across the front yard, you know. He said, how are you? I said, well, I'm going to be doing good if you're coming to turn my electricity on. He said, that's why we're here. Y'all, we have so many pine trees. Now, listen, we set out pine trees, and they're probably 20 years old. And last year, they started dying. So we have tons of dead pine trees, and we don't have enough for a big company to come in and bring all their equipment in here. The tract of land is not big enough, so they don't want to come in and cut just a few trees or, you know, a couple of acres of trees. They want a big tract. So I told him, he said, one of the trees fell on the line. I said, oh, okay. I didn't know what had happened. I didn't go down there and check. Well, so anyway, I told him, I said, we've tried to get, you know, several different companies to come in and cut these trees. I said, but it's just not enough of them. So anyway, they had said they would try to come back and cut a few. So let me tell y'all, Monday, I told y'all about Tuesday. So what rained, Miss Andrea, poor Miss Andrea. I'm doing well. So yeah, I told y'all about Tuesday, being in the garden in the PJs, going mudsliding. Well, Monday I was out in my PJs in the garden, hoeing, and I hear something. Y'all, we got a long driveway. I hear trucks coming down the driveway, and I knew what it probably was. He had told me that they would try to see if they could get their line clearing crew to come out and cut some of the trees. So they do. Here comes all these big old trucks down the driveway. I go be bopping out there. PJs and all, y'all. And he was super, super nice. I had a hoe in my hand. That might have been the reason why. No, I'm just kidding. But they came out and cut a few of our dead trees that they think that would fall on the power line. I said, well, that was mighty nice. I said, y'all can cut as many as you want. Now, was I out of the picture a while ago when I showed y'all how I did that? Because I just looked and it looks like I was out of the picture. So y'all, it can get exciting around here with just me, myself, and I all up in this. Well, me, myself, and I in my garden. Or my lawnmower. Me running into everything. Going forward. Alright, so just making the loops. Open this up. Bringing them down. And twisting it. So I'm pulling. I'm pulling pretty snug on it also. And then the tool. So I'm going ahead and doing this last step all at one time. That way I don't have to come back and touch it except for to, kind of fix my ribbons because I'm leaning all on it and it's kind of mashing them. And tulle and mesh does not like each other. They're not friends. That mesh will snag. I don't care what kind of mesh it is. The edge of it will snag tulle. And it will pull and aggravate the stew out of me. See? Get my ribbons spread out there. And then just pull this apart. All these on top are just getting mashed down. So just make your loop, make your loop. Loop, 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 loop. We're almost to get around this bottom part. I'm just putting it down here and pulling snug on it. We're dry to the bone, poor Miss Andrea. She's out there in California. I bet it's beautiful there, Andrea. Southern California. Do you have any fires, Andrea? We have a couple close by, but are being contained. Oh, Miss Jody. Bless your heart. Y'all be safe. Nope, air quality is horrible due to fires. The sky is more brown than blue. Oh my goodness. We haven't had rain to wash the pollution out of the air. Well, there's been rain all around us, but we ain't had too much. And the guy that came Monday in all those big trucks, he said, I don't want to go across your front yard and mess up. And I said, listen, you're not. I told him about the vortex. I said, yeah. I said, you're good. I said, we've gotten a couple of sprinkles in the last couple of weeks. I said, so you ain't gonna mess up the yard this time. We ain't had no rain for it to get boggy, and our front yard does get very, very soft and soggy, and we have a 0-turn mower, and I get that thing bogged down. I have to go get the tractor and get it unstuck half the time, but I told him, I said, you're not going to get bogged down right now. I said, because it's, like Miss Andrea said, bone dry. We've had a lot of rain here. I'll send you some. Send Miss Andrea some and send to us some. That'll be good. Because it's it's a little dry around here. All these tails is... See if that loop is going to get in that little flat spot. If not, we're going to cut it out. I'll have to cut it out anyway. It's making it where it's not laying right. There we go. All right, we got this last one on the bottom right here. And our last piece of tulle on the bottom. All right, go getting that tulle close to the mesh again. Yep, they said we were supposed to get rain yesterday. We did not. It's supposed to be 90% rain today. No, sun is shining. They've changed it. It goes from 90% down to like 20%. So if you go and look at your 7 to 10 day forecast, and you got, you know, a week coming up where 5 days you got 70, 80, 90% chance of rain. By the time it gets there to those days, the day before, they've done changed it. Oh, it's 20%. It's 10%. You never get no rain. So that's the way that goes. So just create your own mudslide. Turn the water hose on, pay the water bill. Okay, we're going to work on our top layer, and there is only 6 on the top, so this should go pretty quick. I'm going to zip these in here, snip this off. We're going to make a bow, and we're going to put our flamingo on here. And I should be working on fall right now, but I have this thing that, you know, when it's 110, 12 heat index, it's hard to think about fall. It just, or who else is like that? I mean, are y'all in the fall mood yet? I think Hobby Lobby already has their fall decorations on sale. They sent me an email. I'm like, I'm just not into it yet. I can't think about fall when it's that hot. You know, it's... just not there yet. Okay. Come on now, lay pretty. I'll try not to touch you no more until I put the bow on or put the flamingo on there. So we're almost done with this step. And we're doing 2 steps right now at one time. That way I don't have to come back and touch that set of pipe cleaners again. It should be done. Moving right along. You're like that too, Miss Tiff? I tell you, I mean, there's a lady that's local. Well, I say she's local. She's about an hour from me, but usually I get a big order from her every Christmas. She doesn't decorate for fall. She only decorates for Christmas. That's about the only time of the year she decorates. So she texted me the other day and she's like, "You got anything Christmas?" And I go, "What's left over from last year? I haven't made any new yet. Can I come look?" Sure. She starts early because she does it big for Christmas. And I used to, and I don't have time or energy no more, y'all. So, there's that. I'm like, yeah, just let me know when you want to come. See, it ain't nothing new right now. So I need to get into that mood, but I guess I need to just go in the house and, oh yes, I'm getting ready for fall. I can't wait. Oh, Miss Andrea. I'd love to be in that mood. Y'all, I still have the little flag at the front of my driveway. My little flag that says, "Hello, Spring." Yeah. I did not even get my patriotic flag out there. I'm like so far behind. So here we go. We have, what, one more left? And we'll get our bow done. And put our flamingo on. I'm getting ready to go to some flea markets and festivals to sell my jewelry. Awesome, Miss Donna. Miss Donna makes and sells some jewelry. I went to some Goodwill stores yesterday. I went down and seen my dad. And we went to a few Goodwill stores. Went to one little flea market. Y'all, I love flea markets. I'll probably be going to a little flea market tomorrow. Antique flea markets. Oh, I love them. There is nothing more fun to me. I'd rather go to an antique flea market than I had going to like the new stores. They really take the lead, even to Hobby Lobby. Now, I love me some Hobby Lobby, but if I had to choose between the Hobby Lobby and a good antique flea market, my antique flea market's gonna win every time. Do y'all like antique flea markets? Go Donna. That's right. Go Donna. Go Donna. Throat's wanting to act up again. Okay. I think we got this figured out a little bit. All right. We're through with our tubing here. Love them. Tiff says, love them. Oh my goodness. Tiff, do y'all have any antique flea markets near you? All right, we got a flamingo and we have a bow to make. And then we're going to be done. All right, we're going to put you over there. Me too, and a good thrift store. Yes, or yard sale. Absolutely. We went to 2 Goodwill stores and an antique flea market and a Goodwill, 2 Goodwills, 1 antique flea market, and a thrift store. Not meaning Canton is about 4 hours. How far is Franklin, Louisiana from you, Tiff? I don't know if they have flea markets, but okay, so Miss Jody, if you're still here, I'm gonna cut. See where that's folded and creased? I hate that. And they folded a big chunk on that one. Take it, this is the right side up, fold it in half, and then come back on the fold, and I just lay my scissors out and go up at an angle until your scissors hit the tip. And then you've got a dovetail. All right, I'm going to do about an 8-inch tail. Gather. And this is not a typical bow. I'm going to twist. We're going to make the loop about 6.5 inches. Girl, it is way down south. We can at some point driving through. Is it close to New Orleans? Because I've seen on Market, I hadn't been on my news feed on Facebook, but I get on Market. Y'all, I just have not been in a mood to be on Facebook. I'm kind of over Facebook. It's a love-hate relationship. Most of the time I love to hate it. I don't need to know everybody's business. When they go to John, who went with them, who didn't see them, and who did see them, and anywho. I get on the Market. I get on the Market. And they have a lot of antique stuff. I love the vintage Pyrex dishes. And they have a bunch of them in Franklin. Had to check. Not really between New Orleans and Morgan City. Okay. All right, now I did 1 loop. See if y'all see that better. 1 loop with 2 tails. And now I'm going to go over here. We started out with 6.5 inches on the loops. I'm just going to gather it, just like a little pleat. And we're going to have 1 loop on the side with 2 tails on the side. Fold it in half on the fold, and then go out toward the open side of it. Pin in there. I had a wonderful 75th birthday, but I don't feel like 75. That is awesome, Miss Donna. Happy birthday, New Iberia. No social media. It's too much for me. Right, Miss Andrea? I kind of got, you know, over the whole thing there. Just kind of. I don't know. Just kind of. Over it. Just like you. Over it. And I find I have more time during the day to get more done too. So, and beans I've been canning, it's been wonderful. It's like yesterday, you know, I literally sat down last night. It was 8:58, and we're usually gonna go to bed around 9. And I sat down. I said, well, I'm finally going to sit down. My husband says, well, you got 2 minutes. You're going to have to go to bed without me because I got to wind down a little bit before I go crawl in the bed. So we had to eat a late supper, and I was like, my food needs to digest. I can't go jump in bed. All right, so I got dark here. I'm going to bring a dark on this side, or a darker. Happy birthday. Oh, Miss Jody had a phone call. Okay. Well, I was showing the ribbon. So this is the good side. I just fold it. The good side, the right, the upside. On the half, and so you take from the fold, go down, and then point your scissors to the tip, just like that, and that makes your dovetail. And let me tell y'all, when I first started doing these, I can't tell you how many times I did them backwards. So if you do them backwards, it's okay. I did them backwards. I can't tell you how many times. And all you do is just do it again. Recut it. Just take it, fold it on the fold, and then go up toward the edges. Up and out. And y'all, this ribbon, y'all, it's got a texture in it. It's really pretty. And it came from Craft Outlet. And it is a 50-yard roll. I think, yes, 50-yard. All right, let's see. What color do we want to go through now? I'm going to add some light pink also. I don't know why this one's in a bigger, but it's 50 yards also, but they got it in on a larger bowl. And when I'm doing my tails, I'm just coming up about a ½ inch or so shorter than the last one. Twisting it to lay it down in there. And all that little thingy there, clothespin, all it does is just hold my ribbon still so it doesn't move around. Because when I pull on it and stuff, I just don't want it to move. All right, we will cut and get this out of our way. And we will fold it. Go down. So I'm just doing one loop, two tails. One loop, two tails. Back and forth, back and forth. Okay, let's see what we're going to do now. I've got this, I think this is 7/8. Yes, it's 7/8 of an inch. So we'll do it the same way. And it's going to be this way. Ain't much crimping to that one. Getting all these different shades, and I wanted to bring in this light pink because of the flamingo. It's got some light pink on it, so I like these smaller ribbons. Happy birthday to Miss Donna. She's 75 and feeling like she's 21. Okay, now we got one left. And this one is 7/8 or 5/8. It says 7/8. All right. Take it, I'm gonna make a loop. Not even measuring it, it's just gonna be my center loop. Thank you, Miss Tiff, Miss Jody. I have to get my stuff together for the baby wreath. Oh, fun! All right, we got to have, now we're almost done. We'll do this. We'll put our flamingo on there, and I've got some stiff wires. So you can use any kind of stuffed animal, literally. All right, so we're going to do our zip tie around our bow here. Get on in there. There you go. And we may have to trim our tails, but I'd rather have them a little long so that I could play with them than to cut them too short, because you can't add length on them afterwards. So there's that. I'm just pulling these tails . All right, here's this. Now we're going to pull it tighter. All right. So this was actually not really a wreath attachment. It's a stuffed animal. It's a flamingo. So instead of putting a sign on this one, we're just putting a flamingo. This is probably one of my favorite kind of bows. All right, we're gonna need a needle here. This bow is not gonna be like overpowering. I'm going to put my little pipe cleaner through there, and you're gonna go right down through the mesh. And it's going to come out just that quick and easy. Just put it through, fold it, put it through those layers of mesh. We'll get it positioned like I want it first. Then we're going to set our flamingo. And we'll show y'all how we're going to attach her, him, it. It's pink. We're going to see it's her. And by your tails being different lengths, now you could do it side by side, do it up and down, you could do it that way. I think I'm going to have it right like that. Get your little feet over here. Okay, so what we're going to do, these are stiff little wires. They come in a long package at Walmart. I'm sure Hobby Lobby probably has some too. They're pretty stiff. So what I'm going to do is I'll go back here. Get me a big old chunk here. So there's at least probably about an inch and a half. Try to get it there in the middle. All right, now we're going to take it and twist it just a couple times. All right, now normally if it's that soft wire, I'd use my needle to go back through, but this wire is pretty stiff, so it's going to go through pretty easy. through there. There we go. So you can do this with any kind of stuffed animal. And what I will do is get my hot glue gun. I will wrap these around, then I'll put hot glue on top. Okay. Now, we're only going to need 2 of these. We're going to need 1 for up here. I'm going to do around the neck. So, it goes through fabric really good because of it being so stiff. And you can do this with any kind of stuffed animal or attachment. Because if you order something that says wreath attachment, then they're already going to have this done, probably. But you can make anything your wreath attachment, so just keep that in mind. If you see something you really like. I've used the white swans before. Really pretty in a wreath. Okay, we'll try to fix those ribbons there where they kind of hide that. So y'all see, I don't want it in there real heavy. Let me see, y'all. Making sure. I'll hold that out so y'all can see. So I'm not wanting to pull it, so you could pull it way up in there and it's gonna make his neck crick. We don't want that. So I'm trying to hold the wire out so it doesn't pull it too tight while I wrap it around that frame. There we go. Get this other wire going. So hopefully I will see y'all on Tuesday. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. We will have a Zoom call for the members. Please don't forget. Thank you, Miss Tiff Q. Thank you, everybody. Love the wreath. Thanks, Cole. Adorable. Thank you. And thank y'all for being here and sharing your time with me. Time is a gift that you can't get back. So when you spend your time with me, I appreciate it. So thank y'all. We'll try to make something cute and fun next week. Not sure if it'll be a wreath or what, but I will try to be here Tuesday. Or willing and the creek don't rise. If I don't have a ton of canning to come in, fruits and vegetables. So I'm just wrapping that wire. So all right, thank y'all. I will go through or go around it and smooth out my little ribbon tails that gets bent while I'm mashing and playing with it and get them all laying pretty. But I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. I love each and every one of y'all. And y'all have a happy and a wonderful and blessed weekend. So, God bless y'all. And see y'all next time. Bye-bye.